be learning from the elders today. To be telling us a thing or two. I have a passion for two sets of people. A bias for two sets of people. One, the older, the senior citizens. Those that are less than 30. You see most of the millionaires in the business, in this team, they are either there or there. No, we're going to now include those that are between 30 and 65, okay? So that I don't start praying to go very fast. Or start switching, I wish you were young. Okay, and then to make them fit, let's make them fit. Okay? Let's make them fit. Let's balance the equation. 3 men, 3 ladies. Bring up stage Ambassador Peter Ngada. Ambassador Peter Ngada. Appreciate him, appreciate him. Why do I have a bias for the senior citizens? Why do I have a bias for the senior citizens? Most people do not plan their retirement. Somebody say retirement. When should you start planning your retirement? When you start planning your retirement? Before you retire, you're already late. The day you leave secondary school, university, start planning your retirement. Because a lot of things can retire you before you retire. Some people can be retrenched from work. Is that possible? Life can happen. It can be an accident. It can just be something. Is that possible? It can be there's something that forces you to leave your vocation. A lot of people have been displaced, internally displaced. Is that possible? And maybe you go to a place where you now have to lose your job. Is that possible? What are other things that can make you retire before time? Who knows? Illness can make you retire before time. What else? Accident. God forbid, but accident. It happens to people. What else? If you are dead, you are not done to retire. Okay, but for your children, yes. For your children, yes. You can also plan that. Okay? So because of this, now, when people retire, there are 2 main dangers, 2 major ones people face at retirement. How many? The first one is money. The first one is what? I'll add the third one. Though it's inside the second one, but I'll add the third one because it's significant. Most people, of course, your pension, the money you earn from your pension and gratuity. Gratuity comes in bulk. That's one that comes in bulk, Abi? Abi? Then pension, the now start giving you small, Abi? What percentage, what proportion of the salary on which you retire, what percentage of that salary is your pension? Who has an idea? Let's say you retired on, say, 300K a month. Is that how they do it? Or they do it based on how much you already have in your pension account? But can you give us a rough estimate? What percentage of, how many of us here are retired? Retired? How many of us here are retired? Retired. Okay? Ambassador Peter Ngada, can you just give us a rough estimate? Or maybe use yourself. I don't know, are you comfortable saying your last salary? No, but are you comfortable saying it? Just because somebody? Okay, give us a range. Give us a range. Then tell us how much is the pension. Are you comfortable saying the pension? You put your scale up for Ambassador Peter Ngada. Millionaires, as you are seeing them on the stage. Okay, so if millionaires are not, they will not stand up. Please sit down, please sit down. That's all. And trust them, relax.
Thank you very much, our leader.
Yes, sir.
As far as the pension payable to retirees of the current days that we are using the contributory system, they will try as much as possible. The money you have collected, they would want you to get at least 50% of what you have been earning while you are actually working. And that is why some people will not get good gratuity, because if they give you 50%, like what the act says, you may not be able to have enough money that will go some years, likely for 18 or 20 years, depending on the sex. Because for men, I think that we will live after 60 years. If you retire, when you reach 60, maybe you will live another 18 years. And therefore, they will do the calculations based on that. And therefore, your PFA or whatsoever will do the calculations to see to it that at least you earn 50% of what you have been earning. That is to say, if you have been earning 500, they will want your pension to be minimally at 250. If you are earning below that, you know what the ratio will be, and depending on your contribution. And the higher you know your income, you know the higher your contribution because it is percentages. For some organizations, compulsorily, your employer and the employee will have to contribute about 7.5% to meet up with the 15% of the gratuity or pension and gratuity which you will have to be contributing. And for government institutions that have not been contributing fully, there will be a problem there. Because even when it is due, some people will spend maybe about a year or two and they have not collected their gratuity. If they are lucky, they will only be allowed to collect their pension because it is not fully funded. And that is it. And therefore, to retire, it is really a source of joy. But if you have not started doing any other thing, if you have not really prepared for your retirement, it will be a bad situation. And that is why, especially if you still have kids, that you still have to sponsor when you have retired. And that is why, if somebody has an opportunity like the one most of you are having, like me, for one, I retired, I stayed 1 year, trying to get, doing something on my farm and the rest of them because I don't want to move from one place to the other, and that was my planning. If you don't plan very well, then you will really be into trouble. But if, for you people, majority of you here, that have not retired and you are not approaching retirement and so on, you will retire, you will pay your employer. It is a good thing because this is an area that will really give you a good standing, that you will not be thinking about tomorrow, like one of the testifiers was telling us that he has already programmed how to pay the fees of his children and the rest of them. So you are in the best place, and I'm telling you as a retiree, luckily for me, I didn't work with the normal government institutions, and therefore my pay was a bit higher than most of those people who work in government institutions, the normal ministries. But I am telling you, it is good that you people are here, and I encourage you to thank your God for being here. Thank you.
Wow, please appreciate Ambassador Putandala. Let's appreciate him. He said 3 things that I want to make reference to. Please let the other time give him the mic, Ambassador Peter Emefiele. He made mention of something. Is there any chance, is there any circumstance where you might not get your gratuity? Is it possible?
That's when very rare, when there's a different case against you, then you will not.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Now, he said, if you retire at 60, as a man, they will calculate that you are supposed to give extra 18 years and divide your money across 18 years. What happens when you stubbornly refuse to die after 18 years? Did you get the joke? Let me say it again. When you are retiring, they plan your pension, they plan and calculate it for extra 18 years. Because they expect that you should not live longer than 18 years after retirement. What if you refuse to die? And say, after 18 years after retirement, you are still alive and fine. Do they say you are on your own? We encourage you to die, you said no. Or do they give you some extra money on top of retirement? Please, sir.
Hello. This one area I used to encourage my colleagues, my connectors. I said my dad lived 37 years after retirement. 37 years after retirement, he was alive. He died after. Today, by few months time, I'll be 67 years old. Few months time. Most of the things we do here or we say here do not excite us. When you say you are traveling, you know, in the service, 2 weeks I joined the service, I was traveling around the whole world. There's no 5-star hotel I've not stayed in this world. From Brazil to Vienna, Austria, to name it, anywhere in the world, we've been there. So it doesn't excite us when we talk about traveling. We've passed that. But what the difference is that we were government children. Government children. Anything we did while we were in government was not sponsored by us, was sponsored by government. So when you are detached from it, you find that you become empty, so to say. So why not from beginning begin to create your own business, your entrepreneurship, so you can live on your own. Most of you have not experienced what we have experienced. What we tell you, you don't understand. We have lived a good life. I've told you. I'm repeating it. We have lived well. Give us official cars, houses here and there. We've lived well. But it's not as good as creating your future on your own by yourself. So when my brother invited me to this business, we've been friends for over something years, and I came in and I saw it. It's a seamless business. It's a connecting people. On record, he knows I was the first person that made 1 million naira in the first month I came into this business. They say connect people, I say that or they say yes. 20 people followed me. We started filling account madness in start team. 15 accounts in Shalom. Nobody join me if you are not doing 15 accounts. Okay? Nobody. He knows. 1 million in 1 month. We did it and several. But again, talking about the business in that direction, we found out that high-level connectors, and we're reviewing it now, may not do the business the way you expect it. I'm glad to announce that one of my pump sets I brought in here is still in the business. Oga wants to in the hall, Oga wants to. Jab wants to. Okay, please stand on them, see you. Jab wants to. Yeah, super pump set. Super pump set. Super pump set. Yeah. Think about it now. So, if you are in any government parastatal at all, where it is the final prayer. I hope you know. As in, final, in fact, the chance that you will get to that point, and it's a time. Let's go! We can check for you. Now we can get a thing or two from them. There's a reason I'm doing this thing. If you are young and you think you have your life ahead of you, it happens like day before yesterday. I'm telling you, those of us that have graduated for 5-10 years, it's happening to you like, is it not the other day I graduated? You just look up one day, you are 65. And these benefits they enjoy is not readily available right now. The jobs are not readily available right now. So please, let's bring wisdom from the senior citizens. So we are here to encourage those who have seen this vision, especially the younger ones. I wish I knew this several years ago, I would have gone find it. So you that, and we are saying that it's a process, a long period of time. And it's not a quick fix. 2 to 4 years, why not even more than that, you're a young child. Keep doing it. The result at the end of the day will be glamorous. So let me tell you.
Wow, please clap for him. He said you should have something that you are doing, okay, and not depend solely on that info from government or your employer. Because like he said, if after 18 years, if it fortunately or unfortunately, you live for 37 years after retirement, or young is your case. Okay? And what better time to start than now? What's better time to start than now? Okay? Okay, so for me, when I was atomizing challenges of the senior citizens, I pointed out 3 things, 2 maybe, the third one is under the second. The first is the money. Now, it said 50%. Imagine you've been exposed to 200,000 naira a month for your life, for instance. Then you now have to start living on 100K. It's not the same as somebody that was earning 20,000, they now start paying him 100K. Do you understand that? Because the fact that all the plenty something, you know, they gain. So you can still travel now if you want to travel, but if you come from his pocket, is that not true, sir? Wonderful. So number 1, the cash reduces relatively. Am I communicating? And reduces significantly. The second one, so money is a problem. The second problem is health. Somebody say health. Most of the health challenges are seen as people grow older. Most of the health challenges. Is it hypertension? Is it diabetes? Is it the cancers in male and female? For the male, you have more of the prostate issues and all that. Ladies, you have the breast and all that stuff. They are like disease of the older. I don't know the statistics right now, but I think 3 out of every 5 men, Chief, you might correct me, 3 out of every 5 men we have a prostate issue. Is it 3 out of every 5? So 3 out of every 5 men, we have a prostate issue. Most times it will be benign, which is BPA, benign prostatic hypertrophy, or in some rare cases, it might be cancer. I think the cutoff date is 60 years. Is it 60? Sometimes even for 45 years. Okay? So, imagine you now have, that means you now start spending more money on health issues. Do you understand that now? The BP comes for some persons. The sugar comes, maybe due to some kind of habit we have. Some of us that, of course, you also have to live healthy. Some of us, you have some other attendant issues, heart problems and all that. These are diseases of the older, arthritis, and, am I communicating? So, plus the fact that there's reduced income, there are now health issues to spend money on. Number 3 is depression. Somebody say depression. Depression is key, and it's a killer. And in the document side, what I researched, depression is a comorbidity or a transpose of these other diseases. Okay, and it's one of the main killers. Depression. This man goes to work every day. Every day. He's used to that life. The one day he has to sit down at home. Morning to evening. Morning to evening. The other day, morning to evening. Morning to evening. And what is happening? If he doesn't have money, so some people just rent an office and go out there. I will not be going to talk on this. This papa says talk on this. Don't worry, we are not doing gender discrimination. We get on the day. Okay, we're already talking with the ladies. Thank you. And because the ladies here, they're not retired. It's a young lady. My chief, they call my chief a young lady. She's actually, in this setting, she's actually a young lady. Okay? The super pump said we talked about it. Monday to Friday, you're not going anywhere. You're going to work now, you're complaining, you're tired. How did you manage during COVID-19? When you have to stay indoors for money tonight? Depression is a thing. It's a big deal. How do you manage staying for money tonight? So, what happens is that the senior citizens now start reaching out to their children and their grandchildren. How are you? You did not check on daddy. How are you? You did not check on mommy. They don't just want to be there. You talk about that, but our business comes as a solution to all 3. The extra income, there's something senior citizens have, especially if they live the vehicle lifestyle. They have social capital, everyone. And if they live the credible lifestyle, some of you stand up because about it. It's not even the whole presentation. Or it's just doing it, can't be in. He made mention of something I don't have to forget. He said if you're not doing 15 accounts, you don't have it in his business. That was then. The maximum now is which one? Megaverse. Somebody say megaverse. How many of you are megaverse? You are megaverse already. Okay, how many of you are Pro Max? Who are these other people that are not Pro Max? Okay, how many of you are at least Max? At least. Dr. T, we need to do the reverse session today. Okay, so our business deals with the money matter. You can have any residual income. You can still maintain your lifestyle. Our business deals with the health issues. We have our wonderful supplements and all that. And as you're building your business, you can even be getting them for free. Yes, your gift check can help to get products. Okay? And our business deals with the depression. You have a place to go to. You have an office to go to every morning. If you want to, you can go to. You have the opportunity to give back to the younger generation. You see younger people there, you can advise them. Don't do this way. Do it this way. It means you are not contributing to society. Am I communicating? And let me tell you the truth. Statistics have it that by just interacting with people, by leaving the house to go interact with people and coming back, the average retiree will give times 2 the number of years you are supposed to have lived. Times 2. Stay indoors, there's a certain number of age. Go out every day to meet people, assume you are still working. The body assumes you are still working. It means you are still relevant, quote unquote. You give times 2 the years. So I'm going to give to the super panzer a privilege to have him on stage. Appreciate him again. If you are in civil service, if you do get to director status, you have tried. I don't think many persons can get to director. I don't think so. Then from there, Pamsec, please, let's pass by the super Pamsec. There is a super Pamsec. So please, you just introduce yourself to us everything.
My name is Jeff Monsu. I retired as a civil servant about 12 years ago.
Wow. You're still agile.
I have to be.
Who guys get up for you, please?
And there's no other way to do it other than to be agile. I came into this business through my very good friend of over 36 years, Mr. Peter Emefele.
Wow. Social capital. Somebody say social capital.
You know, we have known ourselves this long. We are related very well. And he just told me about business. You didn't need to preach to me because he has been a pillar of integrity ever since I knew him. He will mention it to me.
Make sure you're writing these things down. Make sure you're writing these things down.
And he wouldn't mention it to me if it was going to be a death sentence. So when he told me about it, and Mr. Tony, Dr. Tony Akabono did the presentation on that day, part of the presentation. And they asked me to sign up. I said, I'm willing to sign up, but I have a medical procedure to go through. I don't want to sign up, and then tomorrow, I won't be able to follow it up. So they gave me about a month, after which I signed up. I signed up with 15 profit centers.
The maximum, as at that time.
As at that
That's the maximum, okay? It's called the maximum mentality.
Now, when I came into it, the very thing that endeared me to this business is number one, it is transparent. Number two is it has integrity. Number three is that what you put into it is what you get.
I hope you are writing down.
We have bucks, you have to work for it. And believe me sincerely, I like to work for my money. I can tell you, and anybody who knew me could tell you that I make boast of it. That throughout my period in the civil service of over 33 years, I was never involved in any kind of financial turpitude.
Wow.
Wow. And if you want to win my heart, you have to stand upright. And when I came into it, I saw that it is a transparent process, it is a profitable process, and it is a process that you can do working hard. There's some fascinating things about it was there were a lot of young people. They were vibrant, they were vivacious, they were everything you could think of in the business. And I like to work with young people. I don't want a young person to beat me at it.
Wow. Wow.
Sometime in my service, there was this craze about computer. You have to know the computer. And I said, what kind of director would I be? And I keep on wanting to ask one to teach me this, not to ask one to teach me this. I said, no. I went into it and then found all of them flocking around me for direction and for support. And again, I have my health freedom. The very day I went to inspect Dr. Tony's office with Mr. Peter Mefele, when Tony was setting up his office, I was just, they were just trying to, cover me into this. And it was on the 4th floor. I told Peter, I said, hey, PK, how do you think that you're going to make this? He said, okay, all right. He eventually carried me on his back or on his stretcher. When I was exposed to the supplement, I want to tell you, without fear of equivocation, within 2 weeks, I was bounding up and down. Mr. Peter Ngada or Ebunobi or Dr. Tony himself. And most of the people who were at the point of death, some of my colleagues who came into the business because they saw Mr. Monson there, they used it as a reference point. Now they found out that there was a lot in it. And most of them became resurrected. This business is one business you can do with your enemy. You can do this business with your enemy. What matters is your DTC. The very first time I attended, that was last year, when I attended the retreat here. So Peter and the Goose, Peter and the Goose, they came and told me, so I said, oh. I arrived here 15 minutes to 5 a.m. because I have to queue up and make sure that I come to the front seat.
Wow.
I was jostling for space with the young people. I didn't want to tell them that I am Gerard Jinik and I'm going to die. I'm going to take up the rest of So, and that was very, very good for me. I make sure that I am aiming for anything. Most of the people who come late to these kind of things are the young ones. at least 15 minutes before time. So why should I be late here because younger people are doing it? I said, no. Except I tell you that I felt a little bit shy when you say I don't give a damn about that. All I know is that I am in this business and I am here to do it. I may not be the billionaire like I'm happy that I am making money and I am not stealing it. In the street. Health freedom is very, very important to me because I want to come here at the next retreat. As Dr. Matt said, the best time to plan for your retirement is day number 1. And then you start building up. When my first son was doing his wedding, and the chairman of the occasion was General Godwin Abbey. So he called my boy. He said, my boy, I'm not going to give you my donation today. I want your daddy to bring you to my house. I took the boy and my wife and I took the boy and my wife to General Abbey's place. General Abbey wrote a check, a good check. I'm not going to tell you. And after the boy, he said, why I am giving you this check is because I want this check to be a seed money for the construction of your own house. And that is it. And then the boy knelt down, thanked him, and pledged that he was going to execute it as advised. And he just did that. So now, I wish I knew this long before. But let me be honest to you. This is the moment of truth. There's no going back from it. Hallelujah! If I had known about this business, by the time Dr. Man knew about it, I wouldn't have lasted so long in the civil service. When Dr. Man is talking about it in 2004, I was already retired. But I see a lot of life, I see a lot of vision, I see a lot of hope in him. I'm ready to follow him and carry his bag. What type of stupid person are you when God cannot do it? So please, Dr. Man, you are the pillar, and the other gentlemen with you. This business is about making money. Your own money. Not stealing it. So, since that is the mantra of this place, and it is about ranking, it is not about who you were before. The Obama say, I get that before, not be property. So, if that is the way to go, I'm following you. If you are looking for money to build a house, I have my own house in my village and here. So I'm not looking for that kind of thing. I don't want to own the whole of Abuja anyway. the grace of God, I'm not using keke napep. Now, so your definition, what moves you, your motive factor is not the same thing with me. But the point is that I have a lot of things yet undone. I have very brilliant grandchildren, and I want to give them the best I have while they are looking at me.
Now that is the definition of a good man. It's a good man with a inheritance for.
I see myself as a point of reference. I see myself as a point of attraction. A lot of sentimentalism. I had to develop my community. I had to bring up the young people. The young people kept me in there for 2 years. You know, the person. So I like to see you grow. I like to see you make it. I don't want you to be in the street. I don't want you to be in all sorts of crimes and criminality. La buena vida will give you all this. I am not saying it because I am I am saying it because that is it.
Wow.
Let me start from the book I know.
Yes, sir.
Peter Emefiele, Dr. Tony Akabono, I mentioned that 5 times. I like to listen to that young man they are called Moses. Like the biblical significance, he is a person who leads his people into freedom. Nefo. I like to listen to Abasi. I like to listen to the president himself. He's a young man, but his vision is very, very high. And I like to listen to other people like Debbie, Ronke, in a few minutes. Let's celebrate it again. Okay? So we're going to get a word for. No, we'll take again the first. Let's mix it. Let's not masculinize it. No. Go in the middle. You just give us a word. She didn't give us a word. I just asked her question. She answered. Then she gave a word. Okay. You give us a word. Or you give us a word. You give us a word. There you are. Introduce yourself.
My name is Akaniro.
Add ambassador to it, please. Thank you.
Ambassador.
Engineer. Mrs. If I can be close to you.
Incidentally, I'm a lecturer in chemical engineering. I said I've been a widow for 16 years, and it was not easy. So the day I came in contact with this business, I said that this must be the answer to my prayers of so many years. Because if for no other reason, I wanted to actualize my husband's dream. Before his demise, he said he wanted the children to do their first degree in Nigeria and then send them outside for their further education. But there was no means for that. So I was struggling. Prior to that time, I used to appropriate my salary 5 months in advance. So when I saw this business, I caught the vision immediately. And I told them I was going to do multiple accounts, but I didn't have the money. I just managed to pay for a single account and later borrowed from my siblings to complete it 7 accounts. To the glory of God, the first prospect on my list was my landlady. She signed 7 accounts. The next person signed 15 accounts. The next person 7 accounts. And that made me, when I did my first cash out, I completed my own 15 accounts. And having seen the vision, the next thing I did was to register all my children in this business. And from there, to the glory of God, as it happens today, 3 of my children are comfortably studying in the UK. The last one, my last baby that was at UNN studying electronics engineering. Because of the COVID and the incessant strike, I discussed with my children, I put it in the family platform. We discussed it and they said we should get admission for her outside. So they got admission for her and everybody started contributing. I took some loans and then with what we got in everybody's account, we put it together and then sent her to UK. She's there now studying computer science. By the grace of God, in the next 2 years, she will graduate. So, gradually, I am actualizing my husband's dream. That is the very first thing that gives me joy. And then, having seen this business and what it holds for me, not just for me, but for people who are looking up to me. Because even in my situation, there are so many people that are dependent on me. There are so many people that I need to touch their lives. Because of it, I decided to put in for voluntary retirement. I still have I have 4 years to go now. Last year, I told my institution that I wanted to put in for voluntary retirement. Because the day I saw this business, I said no contract lecturing for me on retirement. That I wasn't going to go to any institution to seek for part-time lecturership or whatever. So last year, I said I was going to put in for voluntary retirement. But then when I mentioned to the management, because during the leadership summit we came, Dr. Watt told me that I need to put in this clarification letter. I sent an SMS to my management and he said I should come back first. When I got back, they told me that I was due for sabbatical leave first of all. That I should put in for the sabbatical leave. That I have put in so much that they would not want me just to go like that. So I put in for the sabbatical leave. By the grace of God, the letter is supposed to be out any day, maybe today, tomorrow, or whatever. But what I am telling the young ones is that you are blessed. Seeing this opportunity now that you are so vibrant and have the opportunity to make the best. Another thing that I'm using this to do is my students. I bring them to see the opportunity so that they don't have to walk the streets carrying their files looking for appointments that are not available. To the glory of God, I know that I am where I am today because I remained in the job even after seeing the vision. But you know, as a single parent, because I needed to settle some debts and whatever. So that salary that was coming in was necessary as at that time. But then, as at now that I have decided, I know that after the sabbatical, I will now put in for the military. So I thank God for this, Brother Peter. I thank God for you who have already seen the opportunity early enough. Make the best of it. That is what I told my children. You are lucky that you have we have seen La Buena Vida. But it's just unfortunate that none of them was in the country when I came in contact with La Buena Vida. But wherever they are, they all belong to La Buena Vida.
Wow! I'm making put hands together for her. Together for her. And she said a whole lot of things. And I begin to see the wisdom you pick from just this stage is more than enough for the 2 days. Don't joke with it, If you joke with it, you will remember in the next 10, 20 years. And they said, now he said a lot of people are dependent on her. She's seen a bigger vision now. I say she wants to give it all. I remember when I tendered my resignation, my actually did not forward it. He was waiting for me. I said for close down. Anyway, I got 1 month leave. And I said, but congratulations, ma, and God will continue to help you achieve your decision and your goal. And congratulations on helping on achieving the dreams and desires and passion of your husband. Please put your hands up again. The mic is okay. Give to Mama here, then she wraps it up. Okay, what word do you have based on introduce yourself? Then what word do you have for the younger generation? Because at least you should be able to gain from the mental counsel. Yeah.
Praise the Lord. Amen. All right. I want to thank God for the opportunity. My name is Mrs. Ada Grace Emmanuel. I came in contact with this organization in 2019. Actually, I took off effectively on December 4th, 2019, when my mentor and global leader, Architect Mo, came to start the business for me. When he called me when they came back from Philippines, I thought I was talking to an older person. But when I came in and saw him, I shouted, I said, oh, you're a very young person. And when he stood up to do the presentation, I saw a bigger picture. And from that moment, I never looked back. Actually, he is my major inspiration. And my mommy here, they have been a major inspiration to me. When I started, it was 2019 December. January, he said I would be at the retreat. I said, for what? He said he must be there. I didn't understand what it means in relation to the business. So I told him I will sponsor some people, I will send my team. He said, if you don't come for the retreats, don't call me again. That was when I knew that the jungle has matured. And I immediately planned, and we were here in January 2020, and I saw the bigger picture. We were seated at the back then, looking at people in front and on the stage. I was saying, when will it be my turn to come to the stage? I said, how many years will it take me to get there? And my defining moment came when Ambassador Smile climbed the stage to talk, and he said, if you are here and you have worked for 5 years, you insult God. I shouted. As at then, I've worked for 30 years. I said, I worked for 23 years in the States at level 15. They invited me to come and take up an appointment in Nnamdi Azikiwe University. I went there and they started me level 7-1. I was devastated. But when I looked at the salary, I said, what are we looking for at the bottom of the pot? Is it not fish? So the money is higher. And I decided to mind my business and do the work. I was heading 3 departments in work. I was doing all work. I was into catering. I was into interior decoration and all not. So when I joined the business, it was not a difficult thing for me to work hard. Because I saw that you need to work hard. I want to encourage the younger generations who think that it is all play all the while. We've heard the phenom, he said, when do you start planning for your retirement? It is day 1. I looked at myself and saw retirement coming. I had 7 years to go as at then. And I had no plans. I had no basis, I had no foundation, nothing to look up to, and I still have a lot facing me. I said, wow. So where do I lie? Who do I rely on? Who will be doing it for me? No, my husband is a minister, is a pastor in Redeemed, and I look at his salary. My salary was the major thing coming into the family. I said, we need to do something. So I keyed into the business. I said, that hard work I've been doing in the States, I've been doing for all these jobs that I do, all this side business, and I have nothing to show for it. Let me put in that hard work in this business and see if I will not move forward. And I took that decision. We prayed. I called my husband. I told him I will resign. He said, what? I said, I've made up my mind. I will resign. And I just went to my principal then. I said, please don't tell anybody. Just find out for me. If I put in for voluntary retirement, if they will honor it, I will put in for voluntary retirement. But if they refuse, I want to resign. He said, for what? I said, for that business, I've been inviting you people, and you people are not seeing what I am seeing. That this is a business that will take us far, help you build for your generations yet unborn, leave a good inheritance for your children's children. So just that day, he made some call and called me and told me that I can resign. I wrote that letter and submitted to him. He told me that he had submitted the next day, and I told my colleagues that by December you will not see me here again. I didn't even wait for the letter of confirmation to come out. I packed my things and left. They had to call me to confirm whether I am the person that wrote the letter. I said I am the person. I want to give God glory because it has been Him and Him alone. I want to appreciate you so much. One thing that encourages me here is that all the leaders, Dr. Mba, you are too much. I don't know how to call you. I call Dr. T. I'm still Dr. T. I call you my mathematical mentor. We've not talked one-on-one. But he encourages me so much with his teachings. From his teachings, I learned to be consistent with triple maintenance. And it has helped me. And I look at them, I say, look at these young people. They resigned from their job. They left their businesses. And they are doing this thing full time. And me, another person, I'll be waiting for month-end salary that is not enough. The last salary I earned was 147,000. So it's not a small time. And today, you can imagine the rest. I just want to give God praise. That December 2020, we were at the back. By 2021, when we came back, I was seated at the basement. And they made announcements, if you have reached this level, you should come to the front. I said, I'm not going. I don't want to. My husband encouraged me that we should come up. I came up and found myself 4 seats away from the front seat. I looked at myself and said, it's not true. Me that was struggling at the back before is now almost getting to the front seat. Before you know it, by mid-year last year, we had our Achievers team retreat. Although I was in the planning committee, but I didn't know it would play out like that. When recognitions were coming, all the recognitions were coming at a stage, it was too much. And I said, me, because me, I was just focused doing the work. I was not looking at, because my boss taught me, see, just face the work, just be doing the work. As you are doing the work, the result will be coming out. I say, me, I like to copy and paste too. Whatever I hear them say, I must do it. Hard work, I have not started working hard. So if you are here and you are still paralyzing and analyzing, looking at your salary to take you nowhere. If you are young and you don't want to work hard, I'm sorry for you. Everything is changing. Older people, we have a lot of things to do for our children. We have a lot of things to do for the generation. Look at me today. I can sponsor God's work. A program before, about 10 parishes will contribute for, and they will be complaining. Last year, we were doing church planting, and all the pastors were murmuring and complaining about the money. I asked my husband, please, how much is that money?
My name is Engineer Chris, Ambassador Engineer Honorable Chris. I am 68-year-old man going to 69. 1979 graduate from one of the best universities in the world, University of Bologna in faraway Italy, the oldest university in continental Europe. Right. I came back 1979 for my youth service. I was posted to Jos Plateau State. My stipend there was 180 naira, 9 pieces of 20 naira. It was real money.
It was real money.
It was real money. Why am I saying so? As a youth club after 4 months, I was able to buy a brand new Passat TS, 6,600 naira from my PP and my savings. Brand new, dear leather. That's about 25 to 30 million naira now. So, I am the happiest man today as far as La Buena Vida business is concerned. Why am I the happiest man? Because I call myself the game changer. When I was invited to La Buena Vida December 4th, 2019 by Ambassador Barrister Nadi Chinelo Nadi, after painstakingly chasing me for more than 4 months, is now I'm beginning to know, confirm that in my leaders have been saying about their fortune will follow. For more than 4 months, she was chasing me. I kept on telling her lies, giving her excuses, because I was very comfortable. My company was handling a multi-billion naira project. I was the CEO of the company. Because I got information that it was network. I said, network what? She said, go and answer the call. Now, who told you it was network marketing? I said, I've been told. She said, no. The day I attended the BOM, Shalom Plaza, I was there by the door. As soon as they called for selection, I opened the door and left. I didn't raise my hand. But God, in his evening message, had already ordained that day that I will be a member of La Buena Vida. As I was about to escape him, entering my car, she drove in. He said, congratulations. I said, congratulations for what? Congratulations for what? He said, you mean you didn't catch the vision? I said, quick vision. I said, that play was like 419. I said, why? Why did I use the word? We do apologies to the visioners. The lady that presented that day was wearing one tiny, smallish, I think comfort by then. And in the hall, we are 4 boys that were not properly dressed. So the moment they come, he said, no, follow me. I followed that. Please, I'm going to take your time a little bit. I followed that back, reluctantly followed that because she was trying to pay back. I was director of article campaign, and I nominated her as the director legal for FCT without even consulting her. So she wanted to pay me back. As we were walking back from the car park, Shalom Plaza to the hall, she was just telling me, how can she see something bad and recommend me that this is something very good? She wanted to pay me back small what I've done for her, because for me to have recommended her to that campaign, making her a director legal, and she met from there, she was able to meet a lot of people. I told her that she should forget about that. More things will come, because by the grace of God, Atiku will become the president, and I will be going to be that I'll be the minister, she will be that, she will be that. So, she insists said that we should enter. I reluctantly slotted in my debit card and pressed at 8,000. I had more than 3 million naira in the card, but I told her no money.
Hope you are doing something. I mean, it's an objection. When they say there's no money, they don't see the card.
8,000, I not pressed at 8,000, and the aim of pressing that at 8,000 was something I should forget, not easy. It's not up to something I like people at the airport, and I was to travel out of Abuja back to my construction site in Bombay that very day. I left as we were going back to my car, and her car, she was just telling me congratulations. My mind was somewhere. So I left, went for Christmas, came back. She invited me, gave me products. I collected the product, I saw the product, I saw the C247, the big bag, and she explained all the things. Anyone that takes a C247, the benefits. I was so excited. I went and completed my 15 accounts.
Did you get that? Some will come down for the vision, some will come into products. You don't lose any of them.
I completed my 15 accounts, submitted my cost list. There's an advice I'm giving to all of us here. Never you prejudge. Why am I saying so? This is my super ego. Ambassador Mefele. I've known him for more than 38 years. We were very close. My first list, I didn't put him. Second list, no way. The third list, then it was 35. Number 32nd, there was too reluctantly. I said, well, let me use it to complete. So, I was putting I forgot to tell you people, I was the deputy mayor of Abuja, deputy chairman, the fourth democratically elected vice chairman of Abuja Municipal Area Council. I was the vice president of Algon. I had an office in the office of the former vice president. I belong to the committee that bought 1,000 Prado Jeep for Nigeria, all the local government in Nigeria, police. I traveled 102 countries. And without a cover coming out from my pocket, that government expense. I was a member of World Council of Mayors. I was a member of Commonwealth Council of Mayors. I've enjoyed before joining La Buena Vida, but I had no peace. I had no peace. Listen very well. I was making money, but I had no peace. Apart from the peace I'm having from my family, very supportive wife of mine, Sally Ekunobi, who is now she's a pro-mass member. Can you help me for the gold executive prime? Wow. I'm working on her leg. It's her leg. One of her leg is one of the legs that will take me to Ambassador Ruby. Money, making money, but I wasn't happy. I was signing checks millions, but I wasn't happy. As the Salah is approaching, like now, Salah is approaching Christmas or Easter, I will give out money to people. Even the messenger who did not know how the contract was given to my company will collect a brown envelope, real money. Some will collect bags of rice. Some will collect cows. So, rams. But something happened one day that I want to tell the older generation. I went to one of my friends who facilitated one of the jobs, dropped
250,000 for him, just to thank him. Salah was approaching, and then 10,000 for the wives, 3 wives that were present. I was expecting a very big thank you in the evening. When he came back in the evening, what I got was just passion. Why? You gave my wife only peanut. Why didn't you include no wrapper, no atampa? I said, the money I gave out wholeheartedly, he didn't request 1 kobo from me. That was the culture, the tradition that people have been doing that I did. And I picked myself. I said, all this money I'm making, distributing. Who gives me? Nobody gives me any kobo. I should put in more effort in this La Buena Vida. This La Buena Vida, my first encashment, nobody collected 1 kobo. Only VAT, 7.5% VAT collected. I didn't. So I put in more money, did mega Blue Ocean. My God blessed me with 5 children and 7 grandchildren. I'm expecting my 8th grandchild. 4 of my children are outside the country, 3 in Canada, 1 in UK. They are all in this business, 15 accounts. Like I told you, my wife is a promise. My wife has 23 accounts, and by the grace of God, very soon, we will move to 54. The money you put in this business is your money. Unlike when I was in politics or when I was in a contracting world, you put in money, you divide money and share to people and collect the percentage for yourself. But the whole money you invest here is your money. And a word of advice for the older generation, because the younger ones have been advised by everybody. My team, the team I'm leading, is one of the teams in the star team with the invested with older generation. But I will believe old age is wisdom in old age. Quite alright, but 98% of my team members belong to the older generation, senior citizens. And we have the greater attrition. But in recent time, we have re-strategized. And I'm so happy. My indomitable team members, about 13 of them are in this hall now. Can you wave your hands, indomitable team members? Wave your hands, wave your hands. Okay, that's me. The senior citizens, please and please and please, we have no better place to be than La Buena Vida. If not for the time freedom we are enjoying, the financial freedom that, by the grace of God, we already enjoy the residual income that we are aspiring to get forever. But the health freedom is the most essential. Before now, when I was in construction industry world, I could not stand for more than 1 hour because I was having arthritis. I was moving around with walking stick. But today, I can stand for 10 hours. Wow. I'm present. I do not play with C247, Restore Life, Collados, and supplements. There is nothing a 40-year-old young man can do that I cannot do. Wow. My mother is alive. We celebrated her 92nd birthday, 27th August 2021. By 27th August 2022, my mother will be 93 years. My mother does not play with complete energizer, collectors, and restore like supplements. My mother moves from my father's house about 200 meters to my house every day to check the compound whether the people living at the bus quarters are keeping it clean.
At 93.
At 92.
At 93.
The power of the supplements. Wow. The cost of La Buena Vida. I will ever remain grateful to my upline, Barrister Nadi. And my great mentor, the global leader, strategy motivator, Dr. Anthony Akabolo. And our phenomenal leader, the only man I describe in my house. Everybody in my house, they call him too humble to be in that position. They call him Mr. Humble. You are too humble. You are so proud of you. Is a lecturer, my professional colleague, an engineer, a lecturer at Nigerian University, up and on, outside Nigeria, outside, because very soon she will go final for her sabbatical leave in UK. My second daughter is practicing law in Calgary, Canada. The third one, pharmacist in Canada, Ottawa, and then the other, my fourth girl, that some of you attended her wedding, is in UK. She's a private health practitioner in UK, public health practitioner. And they are all indigenous, and they join all the meetings we are doing via Zoom. So distance is no barrier in indigenous. My children join some of the meetings via Zoom. Even our trainings on Tuesday, some of them join. They don't miss. Some of the time they remind me, Dad, you remember the billionaire class of you? I say, I remember. I normally send the link. So please, my children, most of you are my children, and my colleagues, fellow senior citizens, there is no better place to be than La Buena Vida. But let us continue. Because if anybody knows any profession now, because I am no more an engineer, I'm a former civil engineer. Now my profession is a multi-level marketer. If anybody knows any better profession, let the person tell me. For me, there is none. Wow. So I salute you. I will ever remain grateful to my leaders. Thank you so much.
It's so there. If anybody knows a better profession, come to the stage and tell him. La Buena Vida, helping people live a good life. He talked about how the product helped him. See the way he ran up the stage. Dr. Tony's office is in first floor. He goes up and down. Some of us are 40, 30, if you can, you'll be back. Some people 25. Ask your neighbor, find 247. Find C247. Touch your neighbor. Find C247. Find compete. Find restore. If you need to restore your life.
Before I hand over the microphone,
let me ask you a question. I can add it to what you want to say. You made mention of Blue Ocean strategy. You just said it. Most people do not understand what it means. What is Blue Ocean strategy? Add it to the other thing I want to say.
very good. Thank you very much, my leader. The Blue Ocean strategy is after signing up, my family members, my wife, I started with my wife on one leg, my 5 children given to me by Almighty God. On first layers, I scattered them. That is the Blue Ocean. Double earning for the family. Then, as we are prospecting, all the people, my first generation, apart from Peter Emefele, the first generation of my prospects were positioned under my family members. That is the Blue Ocean. That was why I was able to earn. I started earning million at when I was 8 months. I earned my first million in this business at 8 months. I became global ambassador at 11th month. Because of the Blue Ocean, that's one of the factors. Blue Ocean, putting your family members under you, your income, double income, because as you are positioning your prospects under them. They are earning. My wife is earning. I am earning. My children are earning. I'm earning. That is the Blue Ocean that was taught to us by Dr. Akamono, the strategy motivator. He selected few of us and sold that idea of Blue Ocean. Few of us that had the capacity there. And that's why we have more global ambassadors in Super Success Team. Because of the Blue Ocean. And again, my phenomenal leader, in whom I'm well pleased. I will not end my contribution to this small discussion without mentioning my super ego. My super ego is Emefele, the game changer. He is a man that shattered the record in C21MG. He earned the first million in 1 month before he joined the business. Before I brought me into the business, it was 750 was the record. True or yes? Of course, true. 750,000. He shattered it and started beating up my super leg. That is the leg that gave birth to the Super Pamsec and so many super directors. I am the happiest and the luckiest man in C21MG. I do not have Ambassador Michael Coley as my downline. I do not have a phenomenal leader, Dr. Lajamba, as my downline. I do not have Dr. Tony Akamono Ambassador as my downline. But the quality of people I have, the galaxy of senior citizens I have in my assurance leg, that assurance leg that has been settled. I am 4 global ambassadors away to become an ambassador Ruby.
Wow, congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Senior citizens in the house, please, this is our business. La Buena Vida is your business. Let us put in more effort and then send meetings. Tony Akamono, my leader, the strategy motivator, will tell us secret to success number 1 is what? Sell meeting. Secret number 2 is what? Sell meeting. Number 3, sell meeting. Dr. Ganya, I can see your hand there. Dr. Ganya, wave your hand. That's one of my senior citizens. He lives in Karo, but he doesn't miss cell meeting. Physical cell meeting. Physical cell meeting. Former Accountant General Kogi State. Wow. Retired lecturer at Verita University. So please, senior citizens, keep it up. Thank you, thank you.
You see that blue ocean strategy? It's a very smart thing. Dr. Tim is mentioned into your speech. Very, very smart thing to do. Because if you build this business and you have decided to be successful in this business, you are going to support your immediate downline. Definitely. How many of us can do what I'm saying? No, whether you love them or you hate them, you must build for people. Have you built for somebody that is under you that you don't think the person is doing well? The person is not ready to work, you are working for the person. Has it happened before? And you have to. Why don't you make that person your family member? That is what the Blue Ocean strategy is about. You come about, you pick up your family members first because you must work for people. By force, in this business, you will work for people. Let it be that at least the first set of persons are your family members. Do you get that? Because that's that Blue Ocean strategy. Say Blue Ocean strategy. As I'm going to talk about it. Very briefly, okay? So please, the last but not least is the consultant plastic and constructive surgeon all the way from National Hospital. My chief, he's my chief. Can you salute my chief well? My very humble chief. Let's hear it, please.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Dr. Elijah Uba, for this privilege. My name
is... everybody. If your neighbor is making noise, tell us, let's ask the person to go and wait outside.
My name is Dr. Edith Tenayawe. When they suggested that I would be here, I was shocked because I'm going to be 50 years on May 25th. So, yeah, 60 years also. But thank you very much for the privilege. I saw this opportunity 4 years ago, 2018, yes, 2018. I just want to encourage, if you have been here, you are struggling, keep on. One day, you will stand at the stage. I'm believing God that not this stage. I'm believing God that I'm going even to the Philippines stage.
Definitely.
Yes. I saw this business, I would just say miraculously. I was driving. I remember that 2 times before I got the flyer, I saw people sharing flyer. And I drove past, I said, why didn't I collect that flyer? They were advertising, I think, lantern or something. Another time I saw people sharing flyer, maybe church flyer. I still asked myself, why didn't I collect this flyer? So it was like I was practicing to collect flyer while in driving. So that fateful day, they were sharing flyers. I actively wound down my glass and collected the flyer. I said I will not miss this one. But when I saw the flyer, how to generate funds, I just kept it. I thought they were selling something. So I just kept it. 2 weeks or so down the line, my mechanic took my car and then he just changed my radio station. I have a particular station I listened to while going to work, another one I listened to while coming back. So I was now going to work and they've changed the radio station. I was frustrated. So I was tuning and tuning. I tuned to something and they were talking about cash flow, if you were preparing for retirement. So I was listening carefully and I got interested. And I said, but this thing appears to be the same thing in that flyer. And they gave number, but I was driving. I said, okay, I will go back home, I'll check that flyer. If it's the same thing, I will now respond to the flyer. If it's not the same thing, tomorrow when they are calling, I can pack and then copy the number and call them. And then when I went home, it took me 1 hour. I searched out for that flyer. 1 hour, I remember. I was searching for the flyer where I kept it. And then when I got it, I said, okay, it's the same thing. And I text yes to the number. And miraculously, the next day I was called. Luckily, that week I was not on call. Usually I have a colleague, we do, if I'm on call this week, next week is on call, because the work is too tedious. We have referrals from virtually all over Nigeria. So we have to rest, just so that we're able to do the work. And then that day was supposed to be a consultant wardrobe, but I was free that day. And then I went. And guess who introduced the speaker? It was Dr. Elijah Mba that introduced Dr. Victor Abasi. So it was a setup by God. There is no way I will not sign up. I saw, as they were speaking, I saw it. And they said, you don't have to, we mentor you to show you how to connect people. I've done network marketing before. I've never connected any one person. I just buy and use the product. So I said, worst case scenario, I collect my pack, I drink the pack, and then I'm okay. So it's not a scam. I saw it. It was not a scam. And I like the fact that you mentor you to connect. And I immediately, of course, out of doubt, I signed up with 3 profit centers. I still out of that because I would have done 7 profit centers. I had the money for 7 profit centers. But I doubted. Then as I was driving home, I was like, how did these people do this thing? Now, sharp, they've collected 140,000 naira. And then I said, no, I must go back and see how I can make back my money. So the next day, IPO, 5 p.m. I was there. Instead of seeing how to collect my money, after seeing the IPO, I gave no money. And as God really set it up. Can you imagine who was at hand to be helping me? Dr. Elijah Mba. Because I gave my list. They said, who is your leader? They directed me to him. And then what next? He will guide me to. They said write 35 names. I'm telling you, I wrote, I think it's only 20 names I wrote. Only. If I have been following the system the way it is, I'm sure I would have been bigger than this. So at this retreat, I'm even actually restarting my business. I can tell you truly, at this retreat, I have made up my mind that I am starting all over again. Just following the system, SMO checklist, write 50 contact lists, do it again, just be doing. Because one of the advantages I have is that I have a good network of people. I have built my entire team on friends and family. I'm sorry to say, I have never shared even a single questionnaire. Maybe that is why I'm where I am today. Maybe that is why I've not gone far. So you see, I'm actually restarting my business again. Now, what are the things that I gained? When I was a little bit struggling, when they say bring 50, I'll bring only 5. When they say write 50 lists, I'll write only 5. When they say do 100, I will just do 10. The only good thing is that even though I was doing below standard, I kept coming. I never missed any retreat. There is no retreat I miss, including retreat of other people. One day I heard that Dr. Tony was doing a retreat. I chatted him up, sir, please, is there any way I can come? I smuggled myself into that retreat. I hid in the middle so that nobody will see me. But I was there. So I don't miss retreats. Now, another thing that helped me was that Dr. Tony Abakaburo and his team joined at a point where I was a little bit drawing back. And that was the time of cell meeting. They brought changes to my life. Their mindsets. I started having change in mindset. I remember this book, 10X Rule. This 10X Rule changed my life. In fact, it changed my work. In 10X Rule, there's a place that said that sin is missing the mark. Okay? When sin is not really, people look at sin as one. When you miss a mark, you are supposed to target here. You go here, it's already a sin. That thing helped me at a time where there was a separation of conjoined twins. And I was the lead plastic surgeon. And then there were things we needed to do. Because of that book, I realized that we can't miss all. I'm not the one that created these children, right? They have been already created. But now I've been saddled with the responsibility with the other team of doctors to separate them. They must survive. So, using that principle, I knew that failure, because failure is these children dying, right? So failure cannot be accepted here. And I did everything possible. Of course, I liaised with some other international doctors. They told me that this is what you should do. When I told some of my colleagues, they said, no, this is not what we're going to say. We are finished doing it. From where I'm coming from, we are finished doing it. We have done it. I insisted, because of the courage I got. Because, there's no room for excuses, no room for, at least I got some of it by coming in association with these people. And then I insisted, and we did. It was putting on implants so that we can have enough tissue expander. People were against it. I said we are doing it. We went ahead and did it. Even when we put it at first, and then there was infection, I still went back to theater, removed the ones that were infected. And today, these children, I think they celebrated 3 years birthday or so. So, I have gained, it's not only about money. It's not only about money. I have gained from the people I have met, okay? Friendships I have met. Look at me today now. In fact, can you see me wearing trousers here? Ordinarily, you will not see me. This part of it. Mindset changed, okay? Mindset changed, okay? I look at myself. I am capable. I'm deserving, okay? I can do it. So that mindset, okay? So it's not only about money. It's not only a lot of things. And I'm still changing my mind. Yesterday I learned that you can cram something, you can read it 5 times, you can read it 7 times. So there are some books I'm going back again. I have to go back and read them again 3 times at least, so that it will imbibe into me. Okay? So my mindset has changed and is still changing. And I have this mentality I can do it. I told somebody in one forum, they were arguing about politics and co. I told them, do you know that any one of us in this group can become the president of Nigeria? Are you not seeing mindset changed? So I believe that anybody here, if you follow this business properly and do the things the way it is, you can be a leader anywhere. You can be a leader in the church, you can be a leader even in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Wow! Let them just so from my video. Never forget where I come from. I just want to see you that you do. Make any walk to go father. So this very song, we shall hear dance to it. We're going to get a parting shot from the super person. But before then, look at the senior citizens on stage. After saying what I'm going to say, you ask yourself how old you are again. And you remind yourself of that your excuse. The first person to break the $1 million per month mark in first month. Okay, a lot of people are making $1 million, but to make it to your first month, it's not base. You need some kind of activity. I'm not communicating. The first person to break that mark is a senior citizen, Ambassador Peter Emefiele. That became the new mark. Then another senior citizen came again. Now this one is also Peter. I don't know. Maybe there's something with Peter because after this meeting I might just be Ambassador Peter Mbine. Another Peter came again and he said, what is the? He said, as he just signed up, even during lockdown, everybody was inside their house, so we're hoping they will not die. We're listening to constant negative news from CNN. Ambassador Peter and God are connected. I said, no, we are going to double this thing at the first month. And at the end of the first month, he did his first $2 million in his first month. And went ahead to become the fastest rising global ambassador, becoming a global ambassador in 6 months. Since you are not a global ambassador, don't be seated and be a global ambassador. If he is the God one, Don't say it now. Why are you embarrassing all of us? You did $2 million in this first month. How much is the cumulative in your DTC? How many months have you done this business? If the senior citizens can do it, the senior citizens here, you don't have any excuse. If the senior citizens can do it, the young people here, you have zero excuse. Am I communicating? So I'm going to give his party shot, then we'll dance to that very song, turn up the bass, then I'll be bringing up stage the strategic motivator to deliver the soul note for us. Are you ready? Yeah. So the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. It's not that is that the phenomenon. There's a high rate of attrition in the geriatric set, in the elderly people. I've looked at the system, I've done everything, I can't say I've done everything, but you have to look at it again. The system as it is for the young and the restless. Those who can walk from Kubwa to here. But the attrition rate is higher in this segment. Look at the system again and see if you can package something for the elderly. Yes.
We have something. We already working on something already for the elderly. And what's the name of that project again? For the retirement plan? Yes. We already have a plan. We already have a project called the retirement plan for the elderly. No problem about that. After this retreat, we'll be launching it officially, massively. Might do it here. Massive, come with friends, those that are still working, those that are retired, they'll understand the project. And it's Friday tonight to address those three major concerns I raised about retirement.
Now, I looked at myself. Everybody here has white. You know, they have a little bit of black patch. And I feel a little bit odd in their midst. I don't take a no for an answer. I would also like to be white.
Go ahead, sir.
Dr. Ma.
Yes, sir.
I'm giving you a challenge.
Yes, sir.
Your name is Elijah.
Yes, sir.
Today I'm Elisha. I am going to follow Elijah. So as you are beginning the way, Elijah lead. I am your Elisha.
You're welcome, sir.
And you have to lead